Hello, in this video, we're going to cover how to shorten your tubing. To do that, you simply need a couple of tools. A tool that looks like this. This is to cut the tubing. And a knife or scissors. The process that we will review in this video is the same no matter which tube you want to shorten. In this video, we're going to shorten the tubing connection between the chiller and our filtration cabinet. We've received a few requests for this video, so we're going to go ahead and show you how to do it. Currently, the water is circulating through the system, so the first step is to turn off the system. That's the chiller, the water pump, and your sanitizer, whether you have UV or ozone. Make sure the whole system is off. And the next step will be to turn off these valves. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now that we confirmed that the system's off and that all the valves are closed, we're going to release our hose clamps on the tubing to release the actual tubing. Now, when I do this in the step, water will come out that's in the tube. So if you are located inside, make sure you have a bucket ready. If you're outside, no worries, the water will just spill over and it will dry off. So I'll do that next. Some of you will ask, Mike, this tube is green, why is it? Well, this tube is 3/4 inch braided tubing that I got from my local hardware store. So for example, if you want to extend your tubing to make it longer, you can do that. Simply go to your hardware store and ask them for 3/4 inch PVC braided tubing, and they will show you some options. My store happened to have a green one. Okay, in the next step, you're going to identify how short you want that tubing. So if you want your chiller to be very close to your filtration system like this, right, then we will cut our tubing around here. So I will do that exact measurement and placement first, and then I will use my knife. You can use scissors, but you want to cut your insulation about where you want the chiller or that connection to be. So that's what I'm going to do next. You will notice that my insulation on the bottom tube is a little bit longer. It's because in this cabinet, the tubing goes down, so there needs to be a little bit longer slack versus on the top. Again, you can adjust it and you can cut it how you see fit. Okay, in the next step, we're going to use this tube cutting tool. This is available at any hardware store or Amazon. They range from, I've seen it as low as $10 all the way to $50. Get the cheaper one. It does the same thing. It cuts tubing. So what we're going to do is leave ourselves maybe like an inch or so, and we're going to ratchet it up and twist like this, and we cut the tubing. Okay, I'll do it one more time. You'll open it up like this. Leave yourself about an inch, and then ratchet it. You'll hear it ratchet, and then turn it and cut it. Now we're ready to connect our tubing to our chiller. Make sure you have your hose clamps, so put them over your tubing. Some of you have a toolless hose clamp. I love those. Okay, then I will slip on our insulation down, and voila, making sure there's no kinks. Okay, so this is the finished result. You see that the top one is pretty straight on. This is pretty good. This one, we could have cut it a little bit shorter, but I think this is fine because I can feel that there's no kinks in the tubing. So you can kind of feel the insulation and you can see that and feel it, that there are no kinks in the tubing. So now that we're happy with our result, we're going to turn on all the valves throughout the entire system, and we're going to turn on the water pump. Okay, so before you turn it on, make sure that the only thing you have connected is your water pump, not the chiller, just to make sure that the water will be circulating through your system. Because remember, do not operate your chiller, your water chiller, if the water is not circulating. Okay, so we're gonna power on just the water pump, and all the valves are open. And as you can see, there's really strong, good water flow going into our water container. This means that the water is circulating. This means that the water is passing through our new tubing really well, and there are no kinks. And you can tell inside my water filtration system, everything is feeling good, everything is solid, there are no leaks anywhere, and this is a successful cutting of the tubes process. Thank you for watching.